Peace. What's going on, guys? So today the Supreme Court blocked Trump once again with the ruling of citizenship, birthright citizenship. This is what they are trying to get taken off the table so they could get a lot more illegals and people who coming over here, so they won't be able to stay and receive the benefits of America. This is the rules that they're trying to put into place, something that been already for a century. So if you understand what's going on, man, please like this video, and if not, I'm gonna help you too. We all gonna break it down. So if you would be kindly and inclined to like that like button, share this video, comment, subscribe, all the above. It helps your guy with the algorithms and stuff. So, like I said, man, Trump, he wants to, end birthright citizenship. The Supreme Court has rejected him on that one. Plus, they rejected him when it came to firing of Lisa Cook, Fed. So, what we see right now, his second bid, second term, the midterm elections, all of that stuff is coming up. We see Jay-Z getting political, trying to get us not to boycott. But a lot of people have turned on Jay-Z. It's all becoming political, the Democrats, Republicans fighting back and forth, trying to make history and, trying to fight for the right things. But I think people are getting lost in what really needs to happen, because society is collapsing. Men not getting along with women, women not getting along with the men. So what happened? Children not listening, no guidance. It's getting worse. Teen takeovers. Parents are starting to be charged. It hurts. We seen it. People protested. BET weekend, black culture. Fatigue. It's all getting brought to the forefront because they break it down. The FBI, they taking care of America now. So when it comes to crimes, when it comes to, malicious intent and guns and weapons and people using it for their own, benefit and not the benefit of the community and the kids that's getting hit and the adults and, the working people who's getting caught up in these crossfires, man. They putting a stop, they putting an end to it, man. It's long overdue. We see these dudes bragging about it online, on the internet. This is a different generation, this is a different monster. The YN, they trying to conquer, they taking over. And, they drilling the same thing that Mano and the rest of the older dudes, Jim Jones, they want to keep it going. Instead of letting violence and, all this stuff not be the answer, they throwing it in the music, they throwing it in your ear. And it's clear these kids is listening because they throwing away their life, just like M.59. You know what I'm saying? We see it happen once, twice, come again. Scrap just came home. The wolves gonna get indicted right after the folks. That's just what it is. That's who they going to war with. That's who their enemies is. That's all over the internet. So it's no surprise when the FBI and everybody come. Crime is not paying. Not in this day and age, not in this time. So anybody who's steering you these ways and trying to get you to go down that path, man, them ancient people, they lost, man. You know what I'm saying? They too far gone, and they ain't never coming back. So the only thing you got to do is reminisce. Live your life, survive, preserve, because it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it get better, but understand that the economy been suffering long enough because we've been letting the 1% get away with all of these crimes. And now the government is coming back for all that fraud, all them scams, all that that money, PPE, right before they throw you back in another pandemic, because we know it's going down in Texas with the influenza, and that's spreading like crazy. Just like them diseases, Magic Johnson, Kodak Black baby mama caught it. So, there's no way to dodge it. You're going to have to face it. One way or another, you're going to have to face it. It's diseases. People who's having sex still. It's the end of the world. And women still trying to get, they still chasing it. They still trying to get chose. And they leading the youth into the wrong path. Because there ain't no future in that. That's just some quick money that they trying to tap into. OnlyFans. Twerking for the Birkins. But Trump, man, he's taking his chance. He's taking his opportunity. He's trying to get Haitians up out of here. Immigrants, they getting deported. And there's just a lot more coming through information that I'm going to keep you prevalent to. Make sure you like this message, subscribe, share the video, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't cost nobody nothing. It's all free. Like, I don't understand why we can't support each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is how we gonna live, this is how we gotta stay alive. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see another black man get to the top. They don't want to give him no opportunity or nothing. They just trying to stop his money. That's what it is. It's a humiliation. It's a humiliation ritual.